In the previous coaching video serials number 5 and number 6, we talked about the pass coming from the left shoulder receiving it on the open stick and pass coming from the right shoulder and receiving it on the reverse stick as a forward, its advantages and its disadvantages. In this video serial, we'll talk about receiving the ball as a forward with your back towards the attacking goal. I call it block receiving. Its advantages and disadvantages. I also like to mention over here is this, that the trend of the current players is to receive the ball more with their back towards the attacking goal rather than with the open stick or reverse stick as the situation demands, and that also even in a game situation as a forward when there's no one near you. This is the mindset we have set. It is done more of fear than desire. I can also say that it is less creative because we saw in video serial number 5 and 6, when you receive the ball on the open stick, on the reverse stick, on the run as a forward, you jockey back the opponent and then you control the contest. Let's see this type of block receiving. There are basically three types of block receiving. Receiving the ball in the D to entice the defender to panic and commit a foul. Second type of block receiving, passing it first time to the overlapping teammate. And the third one is to receive the ball and curl either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Let's view the videos of these types of receiving in action. We will view the videos in this order. First we'll view the block receiving, passing the ball first time, layoff pass we call it, then receiving and curling in a game situation. Now I'd like to take you to the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games semi-final match between India and Germany in the men's section. During the early part of the third period, the score was 3-3, and here's a game situation where India's Shamsher Singh and Mandeep Singh do the block receiving and do exactly the way we talked. Yes, they got a plenty stroke, and then it was a turning point of the game, as after that it became 4-3 and 5-3, and which put Germany in a very tough situation. Here's the action video in a slow motion. Shamsher Singh is receiving the ball. He passed the ball through his feet, and then Mandeep received it and he tried to curl and he fell. Slow motion. Shamsher Singh is here, the great. Just watch him how he passed. And here's Mandeep, and here's Mandeep falls. It's that simple. Yes, India got a stroke and they scored. The point I'm trying to make is this. There's old saying, nothing is good or bad, thinking makes it so. What I'm trying to say is this. Yes, India got a stroke. They took the lead. I'm happy for India. But I'm not happy the way it was done. This is not hockey. It is wrestling. And it's a different story that a lightweight beat the heavyweight in this game situation. And there's something to do with the rules board. And we'll talk about that later. Well done, India. Very well done, Mandeep. But I was not happy the way it was done. My dear fellow coaches and young and upcoming hockey players, it was very hard to find me an example in field hockey where a forward runs off his marker gracefully and makes a first time pass to his overlapping teammate, which we call a layoff pass. I hardly saw this during the Olympic Games in the last little while. I couldn't find example, so I had to go to the football. Here's the art. Here's the way the game should be played. It's so simple. And then we say that we are losing our spectators. Thank you to the way we are playing our game. Yes, I've gone overboard, but I want to make this point strongly. So we improve our game, we make it beautiful hockey. This is just to explain to our young and upcoming hockey players and their coaches that how we can correlate this football game situation with field hockey. The left fullback passes the ball to the right fullback. Right fullback receives it. Please note where's the right half, where's the right inner, where's the center half, and where's the left inner. They have positioned themselves in such a way that they have created space for themselves while being in a triangle formation. If you look, everyone is in a triangle and a pyramid. On top of this, what they have done is they have created lanes for making a long through pass to their leading strikers. This is tactical creativity. The game is very simple, but it's very hard to play a simple game. I think so this was said by our football guru Johan Cruyff. So here coming to the point, it is not that they don't put a press in football. They do everything. But the football players are so intelligent, they position themselves in a way where they don't shoot themselves. Whereas in sometimes in a game of hockey, we try to be too clever and we shoot ourselves. We try to get shortcuts with all due respect to all my hockey gurus and the experienced hockey players. But see how simple the game is. Young players, just watch this, okay? Let's go. Right full passes the ball to center forward who runs off the ball and passes a block pass, layoff pass to center half. Center half gives it to the left inner. Now look at this beautiful left inner. Why is he going to the right? He turns his defender's face towards the other side and passes the ball to center forward who scores. The game is so simple. The key point was the way the left inner turned the fullback so he may be facing his left sideline. Time to come back to hockey. Here's the Aussie right inner in her right defensive quadrant. She passes the ball to a right inner who receives in a block pass situation, beautifully runs off her marker and she curls anti-clockwise towards the right and leaves the Kiwi players chasing her. What I like about this creative and intelligent Aussie hockey player, the way she took a small curl and she brought the ball in front of her. She was not afraid of the Kiwi players tackling her from the left. She brought it in front of her and she dumped it. Although the Kiwi player was also intelligent, the ball went to the sideline and she got a free hit. This right inner or right winger from Australia demonstrated us that how you can block receive the ball while running off the ball from your marker, creating space and curling in a small space and leaving the Kiwi defenders behind and being creative. Now let's touch base with the key points which are vital for success. Here Shamsher is in a block stance with his back towards the attacking goal. He's in a solid position due to his wide stance and his knees are flexed, upper body is low. So it's very hard to push him. Now we see Mandeep in more or less the same stance like Shamsher, solid on his feet, and he curls towards his right anti-clockwise, and we know what happened. And here's a controversial point which I will leave it to the experts who will explain us that what is the challenge we are facing in our game. They are none other than Ashley Morrison and Martin Collin. Let's read their views slowly. I'll pause them. Now let's study this vital point under a microscopic eye. You will see that the football center forward in the yellow shirt ran off his marker. There was some space and he passed first time to the center half and the center half passed first time to the left inner. Please note that how they're in a triangle formation, well positioned. So, and also how their first touch, they don't waste any time receiving the ball. They're in a ready stance. So please watch how these things make big things happen. These little things, tiny things make big things happen. Now this Aussie player in a yellow shirt also ran off the ball in a block stance intelligently from a Kiwi marker and curled towards the right in a small space and took off. And the beauty is that she's not scared to expose the ball in front of her, a sign of an effective hockey player. This says it all. A lovely example. We like to see more of these examples in our game of hockey. Well done, young Aussie player. Just to address this point, please remember when you are block receiving, run away from your marker he's marking you on the move, and try to lay off the pass. If there is no one around you, make a small curl. I would prefer anti-clockwise so you're on your strong side. And we have covered this. The prime examples were the way the football center forward did it and the way the Aussie right winger or right winger did it. Please practice these things. And here we are going to show you a training video where the young players of the Punjab Institute of Sports in Mohali are practicing this block receiving and also receiving in a way where they're pivoting on their left foot and bringing the ball to the strong side. By the way, there were more than 50% of players on the Indian Olympic team which won a bronze medal after 41 years at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. Here's the training method we are doing. Here in this game simulated approach, what we have done is we have positioned a center half with the ball. On his right is the right inner, and on the left of the center half is the left inner, and the center forward is in a block stance as his shoulders are parallel to the center of shoulders, so he will be receiving a block pass. Here's a simple exercise. Center half passes the ball to the center forward gives it back to the center half gives it to the left inner passes the ball to the center forward, who runs off his marker and pivots on his left foot to receive the ball in an offensive stance and gives it to the right winger. Let's watch this video in action. In summary, I just like to say this, that we know repetition is the mother of learning. At the same time, excess of everything is bad. We have covered all these points. Please view this video again, study it, look at the key points, look at the first touch of the great hockey players, and try to practice this on your own with your partner if you're a young and upcoming hockey player. If you're a coach of a junior youth elite team program, please do simulated exercises. Teach them these skills in the game simulated approach so they are aware of how it happens. They can feel it. The marker is marking them, how they're running off the ball. Enough said. Thank you very much for your time, and let's work together to raise the standard of hockey, which is way up where we can go. Thank you.